You may have jogged past it, played with your dog near it, watched fireworks above it. But the Carillon, as it's commonly called, is more than just a tall bell tower in Richmond's Byrd Park.
The War Memorial Carillon serves as a great reminder that World War I was a conflict that completely reshaped the world. And more Americans died in that conflict than had died in previous conflicts, in between the Civil War and that period in time. And it was one of the grandest war memorials in the country at the time, and it really still is.
And making sure that this sacred spire sounds the bells for another 100 years is a crew of craftsmen and women laboring to restore its glory, and led by project manager Ralph Olberg.
We're doing the second phase of a restoration of the Carillon, and we're in about 2 or 3 months out from final completion of the project. This is my second restoration project that I've done in my career. What's so dear about it is restoring it back to its glory. I think that was my ultimate goal when I was given the project 6, 7 years ago. And here we are today, coming to fruition of bringing this whole building back to its original glory. And that's really where I'm at. The original headstone, 1931. We started with the exterior restoration, some of the upper plazas and the bell tower was a big major change or upgrade. But the bells are still there. The original bells are still there. 21 of them are still in England right now being redone and retuned. The other remaining 30 some odd bells that are up there are still in place. We had to put them on cradles in order to put new steel in and new supports. And that new steel, that galvanized that you see up there, was just shipped 3 months ago to us. That's where the new 21 bells are going to go up. Onto that frame. We had to put new bushings and new brackets and new everything that would allow the unit to be played from the clavier below. And that is being restored also. And that's being redone from the folks over in England. The original one. It's all original. These are the folks who did it originally back in the 1920s and 1930s. And it still has the John Taylor signature on it. The original. That's a hand signature. A lot of the exterior of the building, even though it looks funny in some areas, it's all been repointed. That whole tower has been repointed. All the railings that you see along the bottom here are going up the stairs, around the perimeter, they were all pulled off. We've had them off for about 5 months in order to redo the upper plaza roof. And that upper plaza roof has been now relayed with a new membrane so it doesn't leak into the building, which was a big problem. Now we're coming into the grand entrance of the Carillon. The upper rotunda, there's a huge chandelier in there. We have the original drawings. And most of the globes are gone, but we're remaking those globes to replica what they were originally back in the 1930s. Those are all hand blown. Yeah, the sandstone in this building, which you're looking at now, has been all cleaned by hand and steam. It had black marks, had, of course, years of neglect. The original museum. And we're in the middle of redoing the ceiling in plaster, walls redone in plaster. All of this is being redone as we speak right now.
When it was originally dedicated, the World War I Carillon had a small World War I museum inside. And that's another thing that we're trying to achieve, is to return that museum and education center to the Carillon so people can learn why those names are listed there to begin with.
The Virginia Department of Veteran Services has developed 2 plans for the Virginia War Memorial Carillon after DGS completes the restoration. These designs are in an early planning phase and not finalized or funded yet, but they offer up a vision for this monument to those Virginians that served in World War I.
As we look back on Memorial Day, it's important to consider all of those Virginians that served and sacrificed their lives for us, not just the most recent, but reaching all the way back to wars like World War I. And that's why the War Memorial Carillon is so important.